Wait, I heard some of you are paying people to write CVs for you. Worse, you are even getting scammed. And when it's done, it still sounds generic. It's like it's made for nobody. Today, I'm going to show you how I'm created a master CV that does the tailoring work for you. You can use this for job applications and school applications. Hi, I'm Isoken. I've sat on both sides of this. I've applied for PM jobs, software engineering jobs, and also done CV review as a form of hiring support. Stay tuned to the end. I have a bonus for job applicants on how to write a cover letter. First, let's know the basics. There's a confusion between what's a CV and what's a resume. This is particular to job applicants most of the time, and they are used interchangeably. A CV, resume, but a resume is recommended for job applications. So, what's a resume? It is a tailored one page summary built for one specific role, while a CV is your comprehensive history, everything in full. Full history, for example, in a resume, you won't be including your primary school, secondary school. If you are listing your education, it should be relevant to the job or is most recent from university, your certifications, and all of that. But for a CV, you have all these information about yourself, your job experiences, the ones that are related or unrelated. You're a sales girl before, now you're into data analysis, and now you're a software engineer, and all of that. Everything will be in your CV. All the skills that you have acquired, these information are in your CV. While for a resume, you tailor this CV for a specific role into one page, and then you have your resume. So you build your CV first and you tailor your resumes from it. And it takes a few minutes to do this once you have your CV, and you'll be spending hours tailoring your CV for job applications. Now, let's get to know the structure of a CV section by section. And the order really depends on what you are applying for. So, if you are applying for jobs, is for work applications, the experience will come first. Work experience comes after title and subtitle. Immediately, they've seen your name, who this person is, your information. It's your work experience. If it's for school application for academic reasons, education comes next after title and summary. So you would see this in the template that will be in the link. So there are two separate templates for academic purposes and then for work applications. Let's go over this CV structure, these sections, one after the other. So for the title, you have your name, job title if you're applying for work, and we have the subtitle next, your location, email, relevant links, your LinkedIn, portfolio, GitHub links, blog link, whatever link that is relevant for this job. This will be on the second section. And after that, we have the summary or objective. Now, a summary is written if you have years of relevant experience, summarizing who you are, your years of experience, what you have done, how you can make an impact. This will be written in the summary. But for an objective, for someone that has lesser experience, if you're in your early career, don't fabricate skills you don't have. Don't fabricate skills you don't have. For an objective, you're going to talk about who you are, you're aspiring to be, what your vision is, in that career, or what you are aiming for, and what you believe you can do. That would be in the objective. You don't have to lie that, oh, I have 5 years of experience, I'll be able to have done this, and you don't have it. It doesn't add up, doesn't make sense. And then for work experience, you have your job title, name of the company, location, duration, and your impact driven bullet points. This is where you are going to explain where you have done, what you did in your former place of work or where you are working currently, what you did in that particular role. Then you have your skills section, education, certifications, if you have certifications, and then projects, personal projects, awards, recognitions. You can add all of these as subsections or you put it in projects. And this is especially good for showing this is what you have done personally outside of work. Let's say you don't have so much work experience, you each side projects on your own. This section is very important and it proves a nice initiative. I'm going to show you example of one of the CV templates that has all these sections. So this is one of the templates. This is the template for work or job applications. Everything that we've talked about, and they all have headings. You can see it on the side panel. Summary, work experience, skills, projects, education, certifications. You can see the section for the let's go deeper into how to fill the work experience. This is the part most people get wrong. You just give a short line, responsible for managing product roadmap, and then you stop there. It tells the recruiter nothing. It tells nobody nothing that is going to read your CV. What did you do and what happened after you did that? What was the impact? You have to include this in your experience section, in the description of the work that you've done here. It's not just I did this thing, we did so and so deliveries and all of that. What happened after? Was there an impact? What did you do that led to so and so? So you use the format action verb now from data and what it led to. If you do not have data information or percentage information, do not fabricate it. The way you'd write it can also show how you've had impact. So, for example, now I said responsible for managing product roadmap and rewriting it to led cross-functional coordination across products, engineering, Q and support, reducing release delays by 20%. This is probably because the person knows that they were they were releasing late, they were having late releases for every sprint cycle, and then they found out like, okay, now you did something better, now we'll have better updates. Our customers they usually complain we're trying to fix a bug and then we're releasing it faster. This is what the person is going to see in your job description. Okay. And another example, you can see it here. Instead of saying develop the user interface for a meeting software, you say updated the legacy code from Dojo to React to deliver features more quickly. You have to say what did it impact. You don't have to think about it too much. You're thinking about, okay, what's the impact at the end of me doing this thing? That's what will make your experience section here more impactful. So now we know the structure of a CV, how we should write our work experience section and everything. But there are still other mistakes that people make. For example, the format in which these applications are submitted. Most people use docs. I don't know if there are other formats mistakes that I've been seen. I've seen docs, but PDF is recommended. The reason PDF is recommended is because a docs file opened anywhere can the flow format of that document can change, can scatter. A recruiter might want to just quickly check this CV you sent to them is on their phone, or you went for a networking event and then you connected with this person, you sent your CV and opened it on their phone, and then it's looking wonky, it's looking a mess. But a PDF will retain the structure of your document. You just have your CV saved as a PDF and it's going to remain the same. The structure is also always going to remain the same. And at the end of writing your CV, another mistake people make is they save it as my CV1, newest CV. And you're sending this for job applications. You're sending this, and these are probably being moved to folders, and then the recruiter has to go over them. Your CV, do they know who you are? Nobody knows who you are, and there might be other people still doing this. They can't differentiate you. Maybe the person was going over your CV. Obviously, in your CV, the headline, the full name is there, And then the recruiter remembers your name. Oh, let me go back and check. And then he's seeing my CV, my CV1, newest CV. That is wrong. I'm going to show how to fill in this CV step by step and naming your CV and saving it. We're going to see all of this.
If you've gotten this far, thank you very much. And if you've learned something valuable, a thing or two from this video, please subscribe and like this video. This gives us encouragement and makes us do more content like this. Thank you.
Then the next thing we're going to talk about is ATS. We've been hearing ATS, 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 ATS compliance. ATS stands for Applicant Tracking Systems. It's a software that can scan your CV before a human sees it. All those job applications that you see 100 people have applied and all of that, it's a human being is not going to go over each one. For most companies, this happens. So what this system does is it matches keywords from the job description directly to what you have in your CV. Most of the time, the skills section and what is in your job description. If it asks for there are some certain qualifications, it's still going to scan through those sections. So you have to look at the job description and know that I really qualified for this? And you might have the other sections, right? You are qualified, and then for the skills, the tools that you usually use, you're someone that uses, let's say, Microsoft Word most of the times. You know how to use Google Docs, you know how to use Google Sheets, but then you've put it in your CV. You've created one CV you're using to apply for everything now. So you know how to use Microsoft Word, you know how to use Excel, you know how to use Canva, you know how to use you know how to use ClickUp. You didn't check the job description that they want somebody that knows how to use Notion. You know how to use it too, but you didn't edit your CV. You know how to use Google Docs. You didn't add it. Maybe you now wrote Google Workspace. You can see the reason why you need to go through the job description and then you tailor your CV. We can also do this by automation. I'm going to show it in the next video. Can automate all of this with AI. Another thing that you need to avoid in your CV so that the ATS system doesn't flag it is using images or some certain kind of graphics, some weird stuff in your documents. It can't read it. And at the end, you save or export as a PDF unless the posting specifically asks for a docs document. Unless, which is going to be an exception anyway. So while we're on that, we're in the age of AI. Some people just give AI whatever they have written. It's garbage in, garbage out, no reviews, no edits. This has become an issue recently, a huge issue. Some people are saying, "No, don't use AI." Some recruiters don't even want to read a CV that reads like AI. Might have tried to edit it or write it. It's rejected. It's robotic and all of that. In as much as AI can make our lives easier, we can also do our part. You can make a draft. You know all this information about yourself, about your CV. You draft all of this, then you make AI to refine this information, makes it better, not just giving it garbage. You've written everything and it then vomits and gives you the answer because he knows how to twist it, rewrite it, make you look so much like the most experienced person in this field, and you are none of that, and it's looking so robotic, so generic, and all of that. No, we're going to show how we can refine our CV that we draft ourselves, and AI just helps us to improve it. And then you read it again, you know that this is your voice. AI cannot have your voice, the way you think, and all of that. You are the one who owns your voice. And another thing, imagine you gave AI to write your CV, everything is generic, somebody else does the same, and everything is just a clone. Immediate rejection. Everybody's CVs are getting rejected. And you're like, I don't know why my CV is getting rejected, though, and all of that. Everybody's writing the same thing. You're using AI to write your CV, the hiring manager is using AI to review it, and it's it's a circle. So we have to do our part to refine and review what AI gives to us. So now we're going to draft a CV, refine it, and save it. So I have this initial draft CV from Ada Okafor, an imaginary person who is applying for a graphic designer job. She has all our information here. As you can see, objective, she has put in some information. This can be a first draft. Even when you are talking with AI, you're chatting with your AI chatbot, whatever one you use, you it should pick your brain, ask you questions, and then you reply. This is what we would use, and then refine it. You can see it's a bit scanty, but Ada was able to give us some experience, to list out her experience. You can see the way her experience is written. It's not impact focused, it doesn't show impact. She made logos and designs for some small businesses. This is when she was self-employed as a freelancer. This social media graphics for a client, okay, everybody can do that. All the graphic designers, okay, talk to clients about what they wanted and made changes. You can see that it's just I did this, I did this, I did this. Other people, as a graphic designer, you can still tell somebody that I know how to do graphic designs, I know how to do flyers, I know how to do this. So it's not showing the impact. In the second one, the same thing, helps with design tasks for the team, made some social media graphics, organized files. And then we have the skill section, education, certifications, and projects. So we are going to refine the CV. At least Ada has done her part by putting down something first. I'm going to use a prompt, and you can use any AI tool that you usually use. I'm going to use Claude AI for this. So we're here in our chatbot. This is the prompt we'll be using. I'm applying for, you include the role, the company type, refine it for clarity and impact, tighten weak phrasing, strengthen action verbs, and flag anything that sounds generic or vague. Don't rewrite my voice, just sharpen it. So I'm going to edit what we are applying for. We're applying for a graphic designer job. So I'm applying for, let's make it more specific, say a junior graphic design role. Now, this is the prompt, and then you are going to paste the CV. You're going to now write it. This is my CV. This is my CV draft. So we're going to draft here. Control A, Control C to copy. Then we paste. Control V and send. We have our result here. We have our result, and then the AI tool the AI tool has also shown us the issues with the CV. You can take this to improve it yourself, and it also shows us, okay, this is what it did to improve the CV. So you know the reasons. You can use this to write CV some other time again. We never know. At least we need to know the reasons why this stuff had changed. Don't just change it anyhow. This is our CV now. We are going to edit the templates. We have our information now. We are going to go and edit the templates. What you have to do is you make a copy of your template, rename it. We're going to rename it for Ada. So Ada Okafor for graphic designer. For graphic designer, then include the company's name. Let's say Longchamp, for example. So you would also remember that you created this CV for this resume for this particular role, and even for the recruiter. This is how to name your CV for a particular role. Let's say this is a master CV. I'm going to rename it as a master CV. So Ada Okafor master CV. Make a copy. Now this is our response. It's just basically copy and paste, and also reviewing the information that we have been given. Ada Okafor is the name. We have the role, your graphic designer. We'll come to our template. You can see the format. What you do is you click Ctrl Shift V to keep that format, and then we include our job role, graphic designer. For all of this here, here's our location, email, phone number. Going to copy it up to the phone number. For links, we need to insert links. What you do is you copy the link. We have our LinkedIn link here. You can also do this on mobile. You select the text and click you select the text and click insert link here. This is also available on the mobile for Google Docs, and apply the link. Beautiful. We also want to include our portfolio link. Copy it, select, click insert link, and paste. Beautiful. Always make sure that your links are working. You click on it, make sure it displays correctly. It could be broken, you could have typed in something by mistake. You always make sure that it's leading to the correct link. For example, my LinkedIn link, you can customize your LinkedIn link. LinkedIn usually gives you a link, and then I changed it, and I had the old one in one of my CVs. I found out one day, and that was crazy. So always make sure that your links are not broken and they are working. The next section is the summary. What you have to do in this CV template is you delete the tips. So you can read the tips when you want to rewrite to help guide you, and you delete the tips after. We have our objective here. We copy the objective. Before, you would see that in Ada's CV, our objective is that she's looking for a graphic design job where she can use her skills and grow as a graphic designer. But now, she's a junior graphic designer with a foundation in brand identity, digital design, seeking to bring strong visual problem solving to a growing design team. She has told us about her potential, what she can do. She has this foundation, she can do more. Really, really nice. Now we're going to delete this. Make sure that it's not in bold. Remove bold and paste. Ctrl Shift V. That's the summary. Work experience. Remove the tip. Job title. A job title is the freelance graphic designer. Ctrl C. Freelance graphic designer. Ctrl Shift V. The date. January 2025 to present. That's what she's doing now. Another thing to note here is you always fill up your experience also for education in reverse chronological order. What this means is you start from the most recent to the oldest. Don't make the mistake of just filling in your your work experience role because you feel the one at the top is the most important or would make more sense to put it at the top. No, you put it in reverse chronological order, and then when you tailor your resume, when you tailor your resume, you delete experiences that doesn't even relate to the job. It's important. Now let's continue filling our CV. The next section is the name of the company, location. She's self-employed, and the location is Lagos, Nigeria. By using Ctrl Shift V. Let's fill in the experience section. From what we read before, let's just go over a single line. She described herself as someone that makes logos and designs for small businesses. But now she has designed logos and brand visuals for small businesses across certain industries. So we're going to include those industries. We're going to edit it. The second line did social media graphics for a client. Now it's created social media graphics for a client, maintaining consistent visual style across posts. And for people that are into social media management, and keeping brand identities, this is very, very important. And see how she has improved the way she is representing herself, how she's presenting herself to whoever that is going to recruit her. So we're just going to copy and paste this. Ctrl Shift V. We're going to fill in the next experience section. The same. Now for the skills section. So in this section you fill what you have. Technical skills, tools, soft skills. Categorizing it makes it easier to skim through, and depending on the job description, this makes it so easy. So for Ada, she gave us her skills that she listed: Photoshop, Illustrator, Figma. These are tools that she uses, and she said she's good with design stuff. But separating it like this, she forgot that she is a critical thinker. She's a good collaborator. She manages her time well. She's a good team worker. These are soft skills that you can use at your workplace. Makes you a better person to work with others, more employable. And then you list out the tools that she also uses here. You can do that for yourself. You categorize it, makes it easier to skim through. Now we're going to fill it in. The same copy and paste. These are skills, tools that she uses. I'm just going to fill it in. Going to do the same for the rest. Ada has a project section because she's in her early career stage, and she might have done something out of work. This is a really nice initiative to show what else you can do. Maybe your current job role doesn't let you do some other stuff that you know you can do. You have projects that relate to this job, you fill it in. So we're going to edit this. Now, at the education section, because this is our master CV, we're filling in university, secondary school, there's include primary school too. So this is a fictional person, and we'll just stop at secondary school. More primary school details. Let's skip that. This is a CV. For education section, you're going to include your university, secondary school, primary school included. This is very important for school or academic purposes most of the times. So we need to have all the information. You need to have it for yourself to remember later on. So we're going to include university and our secondary school. What you include here in secondary school is your WAEC, the subject you offered in WAEC. For your primary school, you do the same, include the name of the primary school, state and country. You can just leave it that way, include the year, and that's it. We're going to fill all this in. Then for university, name of your university, state, country, from what year to what year, the degree, name of the course studied, and grade. If you have a really nice grade, you have first class, second class, or per, can add your grade here. If you don't feel too comfortable doing that, do not include it. You can also add your research topic, your dissertation topic can also be included in this section. We're going to just fill this in. Certifications and training. This is certifications and training section. You've been offering courses, you did training, masterclass, you have these certifications included here in this section. You can also add awards you've gotten, you volunteered, you create subsections for this. You just keep filling it in for your CV. You fill all that in. You have awards, recognition, you've done public speaking, you have volunteered, you have. So now let's fill it in the course that the certificate that she has. She has a certificate from Coursera. This is it. Copy and paste. This is the end of the template. What you have to do is delete all the irrelevant things not needed in your final CV. We now have our CV. We have to save the CV as a PDF format. So you select download and we export as a PDF. Now we have our CV. If you have stayed up to this point, thank you so much. And also, congratulations to you because this is a bonus section for job applicants. Cover letter is requested most times. From job forms I've seen, most of it requires a cover letter, some don't. And then another thing noted here is you could see a recruiter posted on LinkedIn or on Twitter. There is a post and it says send to hiring at thisplace.com. And people make the mistake of just sending the CV. You just send it and that's it. That's very wrong. Do you send an email without an email body? That's how it looks. So for job forms, job applications where it's request for your cover letter, you write your cover letter in a docs document, you save as PDF, you attach it same way that you also attach your CV. But then if you are sending it as an email, please write your email body, which is your cover letter. You don't have to do too much. Most people run away from this, but you don't have to do too much. First off, just have three paragraphs. The first paragraph will explain your role and why you're applying for the job, and then you talk about why you are interested in the job. The third paragraph shows your enthusiasm and call to action. I'm going to show you an example of a cover letter. And another thing is avoid repeating your CV word for word. Your CV is going to have all this information, or your resume is going to have all the needed information about the skills and everything that who you are. But a cover letter is like you're talking to someone. Hey, I saw this job application. It really resonates with me. I've done things that are related to this. I feel I can bring this to your team. Or I know I can bring this to your team. And I hope to hear from you soon. That's what your cover letter is about. Then you attach your CV. You send your email. We have created this cover letter for Ada. We are sending an email. So when you send an email, you include your subject. If it's being attached for a job form, you delete this subject, it's not needed. And the title is Application for Junior Graphic Design Role, Ada Okafor. It's easy to search for in the mail. You're not just applying for junior graphic designer role, then who? If the hiring manager searches through the email, who are they now referring to? Just for to make things easier for the recruiter, and then for you to make yourself easy to spot in a pile of other applications. We'll have the first paragraph addressing the hiring manager. Most of the times, the hiring manager might be the person that made the post, just change it and include the person name. That shows you pay attention to details. Very little, it shows you pay attention to detail. And now you're writing for this role, graphic design role at this company. You came across it through a LinkedIn post or you saw it on a job board. That's what you include here. And the focus on brand identity work immediately stood out to you. Is the area of the design you've enjoyed most since starting out. This is for Ada. You see, it's like telling a story, you're trying to relate to them, you're not here to lie on and then also exaggerate and explain the things on your CV. That is not needed. You can pause to read the rest of the cover letter of Ada explaining where she has worked, how this job resonates with her. And then she ends it with she's welcome to talk more about this, a chance to contribute to this company, and available for an interview at their convenience. And ends it with best regards, signed with her name. That's just it. Simple and short. This is something that a lot of people get wrong. They run away from writing cover letter, they don't understand it, and they feel it's too much. Now we know how to write a cover letter that would also attach to our CV if requested. Now that you've got the system, you can use it for yourself, for a friend, or even get offered to create well structured CVs for people. If you like this, subscribe for more career content and you can find the free template in the description below. Thanks for watching. Next video, I'll show you how to tailor this master CV that we've written so that you don't have to tailor each job description from scratch. Imagine you're having 5 job applications to apply for. You're not going to start from beginning. See you there. Bye.